What are you convinced people are just pretending to enjoy? Posting on LinkedIn. Excited for a new adventure. Face thank you so much to my current company. They treated me so well and that's why I'm leaving. One day, I was on my way to an interview. On my way, I saw a stray dog. It looked hungry and tired. Most people ignored it. But I didn't. I opened my lunchbox and gave it my lunch. While feeding the dog, I got late and missed my interview. I went home disappointed. Next day, I got a call from the same company asking me to appear for the interview. I was surprised, but I went anyway. I was asked by an employee to wait in the CEO cabin. 5 minutes later, the CEO walked in. It was the dog from the previous day in a classy suit. It barked lovingly, wagged its tail, and gave me my appointment letter. My eyes welled up. Guys, that day I realized that you should never shy away from doing good, because karma could be a dog as well. At Rain, LinkedIn stories #Monday motivation #motivational story #company loyalty. LinkedIn is so fake and corporate. Someone will be like, my best advice during an interview is smile and have a positive attitude. And all the comments are like, 100% agree. This is such a helpful insight. I'm going to share this with my team. Toxic positivity. I absolutely hate that website. I hate having my information public. It's so easy for people from your past or those looking to use your info for gain to find stuff. Unfortunately, so many employers use that site, so it's almost a requirement to have your entire resume public to get a job. And don't forget the obligatory #stay humble. LinkedIn is cringe city. Yesterday my father died of cancer. Here are the 5 lessons I learned for my business. I am also a recently activated bot replying to this rising comment. Saw a post the other day, want to know what I've been up to behind the scenes? No, Danielle. It literally has not even crossed my mind what you were up to. And behind what scenes, exactly? If your manager is sharing advice from LinkedIn, it's fitting that it would be interview advice. Here's some advice on how to work somewhere that doesn't do this stick. Why sign up for my newsletter that you're never going to read? You can make your profile hidden, and then just give potential employers access as you submit resumes. Dunno. I see a lot of people who are both honored and blessed by whatever their current situation is. I had a former acquaintance go on and on about how they had to publish more. I thought they meant journal articles, reviews, editorials, or something, so I agreed and said that would be a good idea. Nope. Turns out they meant LinkedIn posts. Like the 2 or 3 paragraph LinkedIn monologues. That's what they considered publishing and something they thought they needed to do regularly to be recognized as a thought leader in their field. Needless to say, this person is definitely not known as a thought leader to anyone. People who post on LinkedIn as religiously as people used to post on Facebook once upon a time give me the creeps. LMFAO would agree. Rolling so desperate for validation. Hey stumble. That's it in a nutshell. Nailed it. Fakest bitches. Ralph. The 2-page thank you for everything after laying me off posts. So cultish. Who the duck takes lunch to an interview? Same. It's just a pyramid game where the recruitment companies win. But you still gotta play. I guess they were expecting to be hired and start immediately. Well, temporarily in between jobs, motherfucker, you're unemployed and a lazy grunt. I fell and broke my pelvis in another country last year, only to find out I need a total hip replacement. I am temporarily between jobs. And everybody clapped. Noah C-level was just gotten fired from their 3rd C-suite job in a row. They are calling this a sabbatical on LinkedIn while leading thirsty comments on business posts from possible companies they are applying to. I don't know if they realize everyone can see it or not, but damn is it desperate stick. They almost loved me to death. Wonderful workplace, sparkling. Being unemployed doesn't make you lazy. I was laid off last year, and it took me 5 months to land another job in my field. I was that doggo. Thank you so much. You're doing stick work, though. Shape up or ship out. It's horrendous. On the rare occasion I stumble in there, I see work colleagues I know in person are very much fuck this, it all sucks balls, while their latest LinkedIn post is about positivity and synergy in the workplace. Super cringy. It's all corporate circle jerking garbage. That's why I don't get why it's so important to have an account. It serves no purpose. You forgot the 73 emojis. Not always. There's some raw candid look, this is all bullshit posts that a courageous few like or heart, then get called into the manager's office for misrepresenting their company by liking such anti-profit drivel. Light. I didn't think this was a real thing until LinkedIn. There isn't an ounce of authenticity on that entire site. To be fair, you can love your job and colleagues and still leave for reasons outside of their control. Yep, it's corny. People who are just plain toxic in real life. They are never positive in real life. Wait till you see #6. Congratulations on never having to find professional work. Some people are so set that they don't need it. I'm screaming. You can get drunk and win free stick as an adult. Their jobs. I genuinely enjoy my job as a public librarian. It's challenging without being stressful. I'm doing something good for the community. My coworkers are mostly awesome. Hours are decent. And it pays well to boot. But if we're comparing it to staying home, sleeping late, playing video games, hanging out with my dogs, etc., of course I'd rather do that. So I guess I'll say for a job it's pretty great. I'm not sure about this one. Tell that to the Starbucks barista who looked like I ran over her dog when I was trying to order an espresso today. Found Nicola Jokic's account. Can't do this anymore. I've been living a lie. The truth is asterisk rips work uniform. I'm lazy. Purpose is very important for most people, and you would probably lack that at home. I'd love to be a librarian. It's a rare job in a rural area, though. Genuinely happy for you. Maybe you did and just don't know it yet. Only played basketball for pay for horses. I hate working, so this tracks. I can't imagine any job making me happy. Parades. If you're watching a parade, don't follow it. It never changes. If the parade is boring, run in the opposite direction. You will fast forward the parade. Mitch Hedberg. Sex with me. Dude, that one's on you for marrying a motherfucker named Jeff. So you also don't enjoy sex with this guy? Jeff, me husband, is that you? Same. Sad. It's said people. So at least you're laying em down, my stud. So amazing. No one's pretending to enjoy it. Same sex, watch out, to Satan is coming for you. I also pick sex with you. Life here's something that helped me with anxiety. Yes. My neighbor posts her perfect life on Facebook for all to see. Meanwhile, I see her outside screaming at her kids regularly, always in a panic, stressed out. But going back to Facebook, it's a beautiful day for the kids to be outside, captioned with a picture, followed by more screaming and stress. People pretending to drink vodka for the taste. We drink it for the taste, meaning it tastes the least bad. Singing happy birthday, and having it sung to you. Nobody enjoys either one of those things. So ducking true. I know Reddit hates the word cringe, but this is the epitome of cringe. I beg to disagree. Having your family and close friends sing that to you is awesome, especially when you can hear their love/excitement in their tone or if they put twists. What you hate is having the song sung joylessly/without enthusiasm. I love it just to see how awkward it makes the person you're singing to. It's awful when it happens, but at least it means you're not alone for your birthday. I know Reddit hates the word cringe, that's why everyone uses that word. I don't understand singing happy birthday like a funeral dirge. I've taken to starting the song with a quicker beat to make it happier. When I was 10, I said no birthday song. I came out of the Pizza Hut bathroom to hear it on the jukebox and continued walking right out the door. They listened next time I said no song. My 4-year-old would strongly disagree. I'd rather the people I'm there with just say something simple like glad to have you another year, then clap if they must. I do not want a childish song sung in public. Bro, I actually do. Recite 90% of a movie and get 100. What you watching? Quiet Place. Challenge accepted, but I'll be quoting the sign language parts, so technically it'll be 100% silent, fitting for A Quiet Place. Rocky Horror Picture Show X choreography included. This guy reads thoughts. No, you have to recite exactly 90% or you lose. It. Shashagu Shaba Uo. Comment Stealer. Rolling, 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 or any old Charlie Chaplin movie. Just had the same thought. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It would honestly be harder not to quote 90% of it while watching. For the uninitiated, i.e. new significant others in the family, that's always a rite of passage, dealing with us the whole movie through. If they can survive that, we know they are keepers. First time I watched this was with 2 friends in college. I pretty much listened to them recite the entire movie. It was a pretty good time. One of the most quotable movies of all time. My wife refuses to watch with me. She's a witch. Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein. One of my earliest memories of my BF is him reciting Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I knew he was a keeper. Are you suggesting coconuts migrate? I could probably quote the credits too. A moose once bit my sister. Is but a flesh wound. Right asterisk folded. Does she float? Mean Girls. It looks like he's headed for the projection room above the auditorium. A mouse same. Love that movie. Your mom's chest hair. On Wednesdays we wear beating. Nice wig, Jannies. What's it made of? Do you know what everyone says about you? They say that you're a homeschooled jungle freak who's a less hot version of me, yay. So don't try to act innocent. You can take that fake apology and shove it right up your hairy buzz. Oh my god, Karen. You can't just ask people why they're white. And on the 3rd day, God created the Remington bolt action rifle, so that man could fight the dinosaurs and the homosexuals. Girls keep me young smiling. If you're from Africa, then why are you white? Shrek. I had that movie on VHS when I was a kid and watched it on repeat. I actually have recited it nearly line for line all the way through. My brother once asked me how much of the movie I could recite, and I asked him if he wanted to see. He said yes, and so I went as long as I could. Turns out that was the whole movie. He didn't stay the entire time, but he tagged in and out with my other siblings. At first, they were annoyed that I wasn't going to stop, but I think at some point they were kinda interested in seeing how long I would keep it up, and how long I could go for. My cousin, whose graduation party we were at the time, wasn't as amused. Haha, that was nice. Wore out a VHS and a DVD. Shrek is a blast, but as for me, I can recite the whole Shrek 2 movie, but my language is dub. Pretty sure someone turned the whole Shrek movie into a Beat Saber level, too. I'm going with Shrek as well. Do you know the Muffin Man? I read a Reddit comment once of some dude who said he watched it so many times he could watch it in his head. He tuned out so often that his family found out then could tell when he was mentally watching Shrek. His dad would walk past his bedroom at night while he was staring at the roof and shout, "Stop watching Shrek." Me and my sister could also do that with the Shrek VHS. Nice one. My answer as well. My sister is quite a bit younger than me and would have it on repeat, so now it's ingrained in my memory. Top film, though. That's so cool. I used to do the same thing. How much of the movie could you recite? Did you do it with the different voices, too? Ten, Button, Big Lebowski. Smokey, this is not Nam. This is bullying. There are rules. Honey, you're out of your element. I could easily do this whole movie. I'll just check with the boys down at the crime lab. They've got 4 more detectives working on the case. They got us working in shifts. Leads. Well, that's just your opinion, man. I'm finishing my coffee. Man in the black pajamas, dude. Worthy ducking adversary. Whereas what we have here, a bunch of fig-eaters wearing towels on their head, trying to find reverse on a Soviet tank. This is not a worthy ducking adversary. Obviously, you're not a golfer. Where's the money, Lebowski? Nice Marmot. The Princess Bride, Reservoir Dogs, Blazing Saddles. I hope you are black if you want to quote Blazing Saddles end to end. Can't you see that this man is a... Sorry, wrong person. Where are the white women at? If you cut out the racist words, I think you're at 91%. I'm sure people forget who actually wrote Blazing Saddles. 3 Jewish blokes and 2 black blokes. The most oppressed races of modern times, yet they take the piss out of the ignorance and stupidity of racism. Such a great movie, and so many people miss the point as they see it as racist. You'll need to be for Reservoir Dogs as well, lol. 15 is my limit on Schützing Rubens. Nah, it's easy. Just say it like the new sheriff is an error whenever it comes up. The sheriff is near. Baby, please, I am not from Havana. The Princess Bride. Inconceivable. The hard part of this is to do it without laughing. Which, you keep using that word. I tell you I would get an extra $100 K for reciting the entire thing. And I'm a terrible person. So let me tell you a fun fact to go along with my $200 K. In the most recent edition of the book, the author has added an additional addendum in which he has managed to recover the first chapter of the supposed sequel, Buttercup's Baby. Fezzik dies. I graduated high school in '98. I was the editor-in-chief of photography in yearbook, and our last day was watching this movie with a pizza party. I can't believe how much of the class knew every goddamn line. It was inconceivable. There are too many options for modern kids. So many don't know it. I teach HS juniors and frequently tell my students have fun storming the castle as they leave my room. I was having a conversation with a few of them recently, and a kid recognized a few quotes, but had no idea what movie they were from. I wait. As you wish. What about the ruses? Rocky Horror Picture Show, choreography included. I see you shivering with anticipation. This was my choice as well. I've traveled to about 20 states to see the Rocky Horror Show stage version, not movie, but I still know the movie very well, and one of my favorite things is to see whether or not the narrator hastily learned all their dry-ass monologues. I judge them in my head, not out loud when they duck up. This is the end. And call lines, too. To be fair, that would be pretty weird to travel to 20 states to see a movie in different theaters. Go on, say it, Consti. I watched at my local cinema yesterday. Everyone sung along. Came here to say this. Definitely glad this made the list. This was my choice as well. Lion King. And if he gets dirty, we can take him out and beat him. Nah, sing on Mabakiti Baba. I watched this movie so many times as a kid that I used to be able to recite the words at the same cadence while looking away from the TV. Like sometimes I'd known someone would say something X seconds after a specific sound effect. It was bad. Life's not fair, is it? I would only need to watch 90% of the movie, too. What the hell, first time I see it quoted correctly. Sio Nkova. Impressive. Baba Benya Boo Boo Bibo Holo, Iniahi Yay. One of my kids was the same way. Every single day he had to see Lion King at least once, and the moment it was over, Dad, again, again, again. That movie was like some great earworm drilling into my skull, looping the entire movie in my head from start to finish over and over. That was more than 25 years ago, but I think I could still get it 90% right without any prep. Silent movie? No. Love that it's Marcel Marceau. This is the only good answer here. Everyone else is vastly overestimating their ability to recite entire scenes and not just oft-quoted lines from memory. Sorry you went over. The goal was 90%. If the recitation of the movie is limited to dialogue and not songs, the triplets of Belleville would be an easy one too. There are only 3 spoken lines in the movie. Have you seen Pro ZD do Peter Pan, though? That's legit. Fantasia. There is a fair amount of explanation before various scenes, but it would be an easier movie than most. Just to be extra, I would perform each piece on flute. I hope you know all the words to Ave Maria, 'cause I only know 2. The soundtrack, please produce a sound. Story time. At my old job, I would have really long miserable shifts where I stood around doing literally nothing at all, and I couldn't do anything to entertain myself because I had to look always basically like a cardboard standee. So, to make the time pass, I would recite the complete scripts of all 3 original Star Wars films to the best of my memory, improving a little each time until I had them completely memorized. I'll take my 300 now. Were you one of those guards at Buckingham Palace? Maybe not that, but I wouldn't be surprised if OP wasn't some sort of security guard. I was supposed to be a bellhop at a really fancy hotel, but the manager had me put on probation for making a mistake with a very important guest, which meant standing in the center of the main hall for my entire shift and doing nothing except answering questions hotel guests have. Hotel guests didn't have many questions, and the concierge desk was 5 footsteps away, so it was completely redundant and obviously a punitive assignment. The punishment is twofold. The position itself is boring and miserable, and you can't get tips. You can't believe Star Wars is so low down. And after Spaceballs, how long did it take you to memorize them all? He didn't. Well, there is a fair amount of humans talking to each other. Falling 32 feet per second. Unacceptable. That's all anyone remembers. Couldn't even get the title right. Off to a great start. True. Well, even less than 90%. Cannot accept this. Emperor's New Groove. The peasant. At the diner. He didn't pay his check. Right. The poison. The poison for Cusco. The poison chosen specifically to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison. That poison? I've been turned into a cow. May I go home? I'll turn him into a flea, a harmless little flea, and then I'll put that flea in a box, and then I'll put that box inside of another box, and then I'll mail that box to myself, and when it arrives, I'll smash it with a hammer. It's brilliant, 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 I tell you. Everyone always goes for the same quotes. The lever, Cusco's poison, etc. Can I get any love for Kronk humming a Mission Impossible sound-alike to himself while he's dumping Cusco in the river? You know, in my defense, your poisons all look alike. You might think about relabeling some of them. You're excused. Anyone else? My spinach puffs. Did you know in that scene with Kronk laying down, he has a tiny tent over his hips? Big, dumb, and tone deaf. Anchorman, milk was a bad choice. It's Magie. I love land. You woke the bears. Why would you do that? And to watch. The mood is tense. I worked at a TV station when Anchorman came out. It may as well have been our code of conduct induction video. In Rome. I still use this choice every time I have milk Lamau. I haven't watched it in 5 years or so, but I'm still confident this is the answer for me, too. Passed away. Wilson, do you actually know it that well, or are you trying to game the system? Because there are a few mundane conversations in that movie. My name is Voight Dumbass. Good one. Koyaanisqatsi. Does it include soundtrack, though? Damn it, I came here to say this. You could say Baraka or Samsara instead. I ate mushrooms and a friend put on Koyaanisqatsi. 20 minutes in, this is a long intro. My favorite part is the bendy plane.